Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Cooking Ain't Complicated. My name's Chef Saint. I want to thank you guys for coming back again. And today we've got a treat. We're celebrating my dear mother's birthday. She's here watching me film this as we speak. However, too camera shy to show up. So, hi Mom.
Hi Kevin.
So what we're going to make in honor of her birthday to celebrate is a New York style cheesecake. But I'm going to take it a step further. I'm gonna kick it up a notch with some fresh vanilla bean and some vanilla extract. We're gonna change it from a graham cracker to a butter cookie crust. And then I'm gonna creme brulee the top. We're gonna sugar it and we're gonna torch it, give it a nice shiny glaze on top. Thank you guys for joining me again. Stick around. We're gonna make a cheesecake. All right, so the first step in the process is we're going to make our crust for the New York cheesecake to sit on. And instead of using a typical graham cracker crust, we're going to use one of my favorite butter cookies. You can't see the brand name, can you? Anyways, first step, introduce those to your food processor and blitz until powdered. About this consistency. Let's see if you can check this out. Fine powder. We're gonna do at least 2 bags of that, so. There you go, fine powder. And now to that, we're going to mix some butter, about 6 tablespoons melted. Okay, to your crushed cookie crumbs, you want to add your melted butter. I've already added 6 tablespoons, and I decided that wasn't enough. So we're going to throw a little bit more in there and just work it until it's happy. So it's where I want it to be. All right, and so it looks like about 10 to 11 tablespoons. We're going to take rid of that. And then we're going to press that into our pan, which I've lined with parchment paper. You can use Pam or you could spray it or whatever you want to do, but I lined it with the paper. And then I'm just going to use a little measuring cup here to tamp that down. Until it's even-ish. You want it to be pretty flat, you don't want it to be non-level. And there you have the beginnings of your cheesecake. So now we're going to make the filling for our cheesecake. And the first step in making a vanilla bean filling is we're going to need vanilla bean. Now the pod itself is not usable. It's tough. It's like beef jerky. You can soak it in vanilla or in vodka to make a vanilla extract, but that's not what we're going for. So all you need to do, nip the tips off right there. And then you want to strip it down the middle, very carefully. Don't cut all the way through. And kind of use the back of your knife to open that up. And run the back of your knife along the inside of that and scrape out the pods inside. And that's what you're looking for. We're going to add that to our vanilla extract that we've already got. Just like that. You don't get a heavy yield out of it, but what you get are these wonderful little seeds, and that's where that vanilla bean paste comes from. Same thing with this one. So then we add your cream cheese to the mixer. And then you put the paddle attachment onto your KitchenAid mixer. And you start working it. You want to let it room temp a little bit so it makes it softer. We're going to add about a 1/4 cup heavy cream. We're going to add 4 eggs. Kind of do it slowly, let them work in. And then we're going to stop. Paddle it down. You want to make sure it's getting thoroughly mixed in. So clean the sides and get it moving again. And then you want to add 1 more egg yolk, not the whole egg, just the yolk. We're going to add 1 cup sugar. And 3 tablespoons of cornstarch to thicken it up. Again, stop. Wipe the sides. You want to do that a couple times to make sure everything's getting mixed in. And while we have a paddle up at this point, we're going to add our vanilla extract, which I've got about 1.5 tablespoons of vanilla extract, and then all of those lovely vanilla pod seeds. I'm going to throw that in the mix as well. And vanilla extract is really just like a vodka or a rum. You soak the pods in it for about 6 months, and you got a passable vanilla extract. Don't use the imitation. I'll usually tell you if you can substitute, but don't use the imitation. I don't like that stuff at all. And now we're going to mix it on high. Get it nice and whipped. Thoroughly mixed. Now we're going to bring it into our pie shell, which I've got right here. And I'm going to use a little bit of butter just on the sides to make sure it doesn't stick too bad. Okay, lost my towel. And we're just going to pour that right in there. Now I used an 8-inch springform pan. You can use a 9 as well. Pretty much however you choose to go with it, but what you want to do is you want to move it around a little bit, make sure that it's evenly distributed, and then drop it a couple times. What that does is it works up the air bubbles from the inside. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place that into a 400-degree oven inside another pan. This other pan should be filled with water up to about 3/4 of the way up on the springform pan. We're going to put that in the oven in this shallow dish of water. Let it cook for about 15 minutes. Then you're going to want to reduce your oven temperature to 300. You want to let it cook for 85 minutes. Crack your oven, shut the oven off, let it open to cool. And let the cheesecake breathe in the oven, cool down naturally. Bring it out of the oven. And we're going to put that in the refrigerator to cool 3.5 hours. All right. All right, so the cheesecake has been cooling in the refrigerator for about 2.5 hours now. We're not quite ready to take it out of the springform pan just yet. What we're going to do is we're going to turn this into our creme brulee cheesecake. And what we're going to do is just a simple torching of some pure sugar here. So we're going to sprinkle that pretty liberally on top, so it's a nice evenish layer. You want to wait till your cheesecake is nice and firm, mostly cool before you do this. If you try doing this with a hot cheesecake, you might curdle it and, or at worst case, burn it. So spread that around. Okay. And then you get your torch. And you just want to keep it about 1 inch away from the cheesecake itself. Make slow passes until you can see it start to melt. And you get that lovely burnt sugar smoke going into the air. That's what we're looking for right there. Caramel smell. Caramel bubbling color coming up. Keep it moving. Don't keep it in one spot too long, or you will burn. And there we go. The creme brulee part of it is done. We're going to pop it back in the refrigerator for 1 more hour, and then it's eating time. All right, so it's the moment I've been waiting for. Let's dig in, see what we got. Worked pretty well, I think, all told. Let's take a cut. Hope it's firm enough in the middle. You hear that crunching of the glass of sugar on top, which is excellent. Exactly what I was looking for. Knife comes out clean. Check it out. Let's set this over here. Perfect. Hang on, I want you to cut a little bit of this too, so I can clean up here a minute.
I don't know what this is.
It's okay. Fix it in post, Pat. Fix it in post. All right, let's clean that up just a little bit. And there you have Creme Brulee Cheesecake with a sugar butter cookie crust and a nice glassy candied top. I want to thank you guys for joining me today on Cooking Ain't Complicated. I'm excited to present this inaugural piece of my cheesecake to my mother for her birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. I'm glad you were here. And let's eat. And remember, your food is your art. Eat your art. Mom, we're filming right now. You're on camera as we speak. I'm gonna make sure Patrick puts that in the outtakes. All right. Mom, that's good enough. Okay,